it ain't sus. It ain't sauce, it ain't sauce. Lil Willie on the track, cause I ain't the boss. It ain't sauce, it ain't sauce. So I hate the letter L, never take a loss. Never take a loss, all we do is win. They wishing bad on my name, but bad was back then. Now a nigga up, I'm never going down. Driving that Maserati coupe. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Water Journal. I'm back for another video, man. I recently just saw the movie The Woman in the Yard. And you know, it's one of those horror movies that you go into and already know what's going on. You go to watch and you like, what this is about. So it is about before I get to it, I just want to say this is a spoiler review. So if you wanna, watch anything without spoilers, go watch some videos. But this is a spoiler review. I will be breaking down what happened in the movie. Let's get into it. But yeah. Woman in the Yard is about a lady and her daughter and her older son as they, live on their farm without their husband. Well, without her husband, as he recently passed away, from a car accident that she was involved in. That's why she has a hurt leg throughout the movie. And then, it starts off they start seeing this a random lady in the yard just sitting there saying, today's the day. But yeah, obviously we don't know much about what's going on at first because it's just the lady just sitting in the yard the whole movie and they're like panicking until things start getting unraveled because as we see the mom like really lashing out on her kids a lot. She's we get flashbacks of her and saying she's not happy with the dad. I'll be honest with you guys, the actual like theme of the story is very dark and like I didn't like the idea of what they did. It's a very serious topic what they touched on, which is basically suicide. The mom not really was happy, not she's not really happy with her life, and her not really wanting to be there. So as we go on throughout the movie, this entity, the lady in the yard, we start to learn that she's not really an entity in the yard. Obviously, they see her, but she's really just the the lady is really come to take the mom where she really wants to go, which is I felt like she was I feel like she was like a maybe like a grim reaper if we're being honest, but she really came for she made it seem like she was coming for the kids, but she was really coming for her mom. The mom, obviously, deep down inside, she said that she called for her. She really didn't want to be there anymore. She was going through it. Her husband was gone, even though she kind of was the reason why he passed away. She was the one driving. They was on his farm all by herself. They had no money, had no food. They was just going through it. She was hurt. So, yeah, she really was going through it. So, it really was just the struggle. The idea of the movie was just the struggle with the mom, having to struggle with life and everything, and it ended off with like this crazy thing that had. At first, when you watch it, you get confused and you're like, what's going on? But basically, the lady takes the daughter, but then you see everything happen again through like the mom's eyes, and it actually was just the mom doing all of that. She didn't really kill her, but it's not like she killed her daughter, but she didn't really kill her daughter. So basically, the mom tells the kids to leave, and then the lady said it's time. So basically, the lady told her she came here because she knew what she wanted to do. She had the gun pointed to the lady head, but she said she really wanted to point to herself. She asked the lady, "Will her kids be okay?" She told them, like, as doctors and all that kind of stuff, being like real successful. The mom wasn't there no more. Obviously, that's something you would think if you was suicidal. You would think, everyone in your life would be better off without you, which is probably not always the case. So we don't know if that actually was true or not. And then the mom sends the kids off to the neighbors so she can go, do it. And it comes to like a serious scene. Like to me, I feel like us watching her hold the gun to her head, putting it like she's about to pull the trigger, is really like it's really kind of scared to see, and it was very hard and graphic. I feel like it's not really. It's just not like oh jump scare horror, but it's one of those kind of horror where it's like ooh, it play with your mental and kind of stuff like that. But obviously, the mom doesn't pull the trigger, and then the lady goes away and she sees her kids again. So we're and then obviously the movie ends happy ending, but then we're meant to be, as she leaves and they go back to, and the power comes on, all the stuff comes back on her house, it says Haven. So I don't know if we're meant to believe that she actually did kill herself and this is her in heaven, or she just, overcame, the suicidal thoughts and now she actually is happy again. We don't know, but obviously, that's the movie. It was more deeper than we thought. It's a horror movie. I do think that it's more intriguing horror movie that we've got from Blumhouse in a while. It's different. I do love the fact that it's all black cast. They also and they support black products. If you guys look real hard enough, it support other black stuff. So I do love the idea. I just I'm not glad. I don't like the idea, of the suicide part. I wish, obviously it's a deep topic and like sometimes people don't want to see that, and it's ways like you got to go about it without it coming off as like disrespectful. But yeah, Woman in the Yard, I'm gonna give 5 or 6 out of 10 just because of the topic alone. It wasn't a bad movie, but it just was a lot going on, and it's the main topic alone was kind of a lot. But I would recommend if you want to go see it, go see it. I don't know if you can see it in theaters or wait to go home, but it's a movie that you can watch. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again, but it was a decent movie. Without further ado, love you guys. See you guys next video.